Well, I hope you boys like Mexico. Alright, today we are going to be putting nozzles on these injectors. So we're going to first by taking off the intake elbow and the throttle, the apps, feel, getting the injector lines off, valve cover off to access the injectors. Check back in a few minutes. Alright, so we're going to take off the clamp right here. We have these awesome little set of ratchets for the job. It's all got holes through it. So that way the stud can stick out the back side. It is the right tool for the job. Alright, so here we are. We got the intake elbow out of the way, and then the apps out of the way. Next step is we're going to take and unbolt the injection line hold downs. One here, one here, one here. Looks like back here. Oh, we're also going to take off this plate right here. We're going to take that off. There's one right there. So that's our next step. Here's a good shot of the BD stealth cover for the tap wire and the fuel pressure T. Everything's pretty clean down there. Surprised the tappet cover isn't leaking. Down the side here, there is the initials BJ. I don't know who you are, but if you're watching, maybe you can tell me if you put the engine together or did repairs to it. So, next step, taking those lines off. We got the injection lines taken off of there. They come off in a set, the first three and then the back three. It's a little bit easier because you can't get to the back three injection lines down here in the back of the pump until the front three here come off. So now we got our crossover tubes. Gotta pull those out. And then this front one's got to come all the way out. Back one's just got to get loosened up, so that way that hold down can slide out of there. While we're in here, we're gonna do a valve adjustment. So just a good time to do it, you know, while we got it all taken apart. So we'll get on that. Onward and upward. So we removed the crossover tubes. Just took a screwdriver, went into there and popped them out. Now we're going through and just cracking that back nut loose, taking this one all the way out, popping it out, and then after we get the injector out, we're putting them back in just to keep them covered up. This is the one we're working on right now. Valve cover bolt threaded down into there, and then take a pair of pliers and just kind of work it around. You know, I've kind of found going here it's pretty good. Going like that's pretty good. Just work them, take your time, be slow. They're only held in there with the O-ring. Alright, so we got the injectors out down the basement. These 5 here have already been pop tested. You know, the new nozzles put on there. We had to shim them. They were all down, I don't know, about like 38, so we had to re-shim them. Here's what one of the shims looks like. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Tiny little guy. There's one of the old nozzles. We got this fabulous shim kit over here. All the right sizes that you're gonna need. Found it to work out fabulous. We got one more that we gotta do, but this one here that's 41, we're gonna go back through and see if we can find a better combination and get it up closer to 42, 42.50. We got 2 that are 42.50, 2 that are 42, and 41. So like these ones we're gonna try to maybe put with like a running mate, pair them together, help balance it out. Same with the 42s, and hopefully we can get this one. But over here, this is the pop pressure tester. So got the little pump, got the gauge. Sorry about that, you can't see it because of the, hold on, there it goes, there it goes. Got a pop bottle that goes over the injector to capture the spray. So we work her up, work her up, work her up. Oh, it's hard to do, hang on here. So you see it. About 40, I don't know. Oop. Yeah, it's popping off about 42. So that one's good. We just got to go back, rework that last one there, and then we'll be able to send them in. I didn't film any of putting it back together, so I wanted to just kind of go through here, give a rundown. You know, first thing I did is I hooked the injection lines up to the fuel pump, left them all loose at the crossover tubes, you know, right there and right there. I left this intake manifold off of there because it's really hard to get to that guy down in there. So I left that off and I fired the truck up and bled all the fuel out of it that way with that elbow off, and then I put the elbow back on. So they're all in there, and like I said, the stock ones were somewhere between 35 and 3800 psi pop off. These Dynamite Diesel told me to set them at 4200 psi or 290 bar, so that's what I did. I got the shim kits offline. It was really easy to do. It honestly made a big difference. So here, we're gonna fire this thing up. I mean, it made a huge difference. Huge difference. Turn it on. This one has a little different startup procedure. Fuel pump kicks on when the wait to start kicks on. Come on. I noticed the idle is remarkably lower with these nozzles, the 50 horsepower nozzles on there. Factory is at 900 RPM, and now we're at like 850, I believe it is. I mean, now with it being cold, it's probably going to be like 820 or something like that. Oh, there it is. 850, about 850. I mean, honestly, it's right now. You know, when I put the quadzilla on, I was a little disappointed because it didn't have as much power as I thought it was going to. But then after doing these nozzles, power level 3 and 4 are putting out about the same power that power level 6 did before, so it made a huge difference. I'm going to take it for a little test drive here, so hang on, I'll get to my test spot and I'll be right back with you. Listen to it idle. Alright, so we got a slightly different tune on now. I'm going to try temp number 2 here in just a minute. But I just want to show you, this speedometer here is slightly off. When this thing says we're doing 55, we're actually doing like 60. Shifts at 10 out of first. Not a big fan of that. had that happen yet until I put these new nozzles in there. This sure is pretty fucking sweet. Hopefully we can get the tune dialed in so that way it doesn't pull back power. I checked the data logger. The first little test run we did there, she pulled 47% of the power back. So it's quite a bit of power it pulls back that can't even use. So I don't know if it's timing or fuel or boost or whatnot. I'll have to get through and work through. Like I said, this is another tune. This is a performance tune from Mopar Man that we're on right now. This is for what he said, about 75 horsepower injectors and HX 3540 hybrid turbo. I just want to take you for a quick little ride and let you just feel normal driving around. I like it. Just got to work on the shifts. It's got the HD2 Transgo shift kit in here. We believe that the springs for the 1-2 shift aren't right. So I ordered the diesel kit, and we're going to do kind of a diesel kit and HD2 combination. See if we can raise the shift point on first gear, because that's just way too low, 10 miles an hour. I'd like it at least 18. So we're gonna, that's coming in the mail, should be here maybe by this weekend. So maybe this weekend we'll do some more tranny videos. So come back now, you hear?